Okay guys, so we're at my second convention of the day. This is Nico Nico Chokaigi, I think that's how you say it. I got a long way to go to be able to enter. It's a long walk around the building. I tried going in through the pressway. They said press was only for traditional people, so whatever. You would think like a YouTube alternative would let a YouTuber in, but whatever. Across from me is the cosplayer section right now. I could see a lot of Aniki over there. I don't know if I could get videos or not. I'll try after I go film the Aniki booth. I'll try and go over there, see if anyone lets me. It looks amazing over there. I don't know if people sort of choose their spot. Oh my goodness, there's so many. But we're gonna head on in. We got a priority ticket, so hopefully that gets me in faster. If it doesn't, I'll be a little mad. And then once we're in the hall, I have to walk all the way across to the other hall because they're making me go to like 1 and I need to go to 7. This place is much more packed than Game Market, which was what I was just at. Understandably, this is mainly like VTubers and YouTuber type stuff. So of course we're here to say Nikkei. Something about Twitter right there. Oh man, this is a walk. General admission seems like it wasn't as fast, or well, maybe a little slower, but a little sad. I bet you if I got here early in the morning, it would have made a big difference. So here we are at the entrance on stage 1. This is like a bunch of hangars, and there's little like aisles between the hangars, and that's where all the cosplayers are. I didn't film any cosplayers as I was so tired from walking around all day. Also, I didn't do too much at this event in general. I did a little bit of shopping towards the end of the day, but I spent most of my time at the Nikkei booth. And yeah, I really regret not going for a day 2. If I could go back in time, I'd go for that day 2. I was just so tired. Doing so much in Japan on 10 days it's pretty crazy how much actually got done. But this event, Nico Nico Chokaigi, is like a VidCon for VTubers, and it's an interesting event. Nico Nico is like an alternative to YouTube in Japan, and it's kind of big. It's kind of fallen off in recent years. At least it seems like that way in the West. Like viewing inwards, it feels like it's not as popular as YouTube. But yeah, there's just a lot of everything at this event, and you'll see what I mean. Like we'll just walk around. You're gonna quickly find out that this event is chaos. But a little break from the chaos here. On the left here, you can see all these monitors, and there's VTubers on these monitors. These are like VTuber meet and greets, and I thought this was really interesting. I'm not sure if they were just walk-ups, but it was cool to see. I got really distracted by this Goff? I don't know exactly how to say it, but that's the Gundam model on this side here. There's a guy in the blue. It's a Xeon mobile suit. I'm gonna be honest, they were playing music, but it didn't sound like music. In fact, here, I'll just give you a sample of it. Yeah, there was just so much music going on. It's so hard to tell what anyone is playing at any given point. There's so many different performances all over. It's just pure chaos. Right next to them, though, was like this booth. I have no idea what this is. I think it's like some Toho cosplayer doing a thing, and it could literally be anything. There were so many people taking pictures, though, and that was what caught my attention. Going into the next hall, though, you can see there's a lot of cosplayers in these like walkway sections between the hangars, and you can see here Gundam and Nikkei very popular. Nikkei has a big booth. I don't know why Gundam's so popular. I think Gundam is just popular because it's Japan. I really regret not filming more cosplayers coming here. I was kind of expecting to come back the next day, and I don't know. I didn't end up doing it. My hotel was so far from this convention center, and It's my fault. I booked a hotel on like the other side of Tokyo, and I should have known better. But there was just so much going on at every booth. Every booth had like big lights and displays. I think one of the things that threw me off about this event was they also had an Itachi showcase of anime cars, which is kind of shocking because most people don't drive in Tokyo. So this was interesting. Everyone's partying, man. Wild. But it was slightly after this that I made my way to the Nikkei booth. If you want to see more of the Nikkei booth, be sure to check out my other video, Nikkei in Japan, because I cover the Nico Nico Chokaigi booth for Nikkei in depth. But across the hall from them was this hookah haze booth, which caught me off guard. I didn't realize Japan was into hookah at all, considering they don't like weed, and hookah is kind of like an in-between between like, you know, tobacco and weed. I know it's not like made for weed, but it's just interesting. They also had a really cool setup on the other side. I wish I'd gotten closer to this. At this point, I was just so exhausted, guys. I just started walking around the halls, like half alive. And I have no idea what this thing is on the left here. It was pretty much empty. I think they were done for the day. And then I came across the Minecraft booth, which was pretty funny because there's like a Madoka cosplayer with like a creeper head. I don't know what the Minecraft marketing team is thinking with this booth, but it's interesting. They were like doing half cosplays and then like wearing creeper heads. It's something interesting. And flash warning right now, we're at the Needy Streamer Overload booth. They had these beautiful sets. I'm glad I didn't get closer to these sets because these lights are blinding in the edit. It was not like this in person. This is just a thing that happens when you film in other countries because you have to change your frame rate to be like to match up with like the lights of other countries. It's just complicated and it's too much for me. You can fix it a little bit in post, but this footage is moving around too much for me to do it. Oh, but yeah, I was so tired at this point. It's crazy here. Oh my god. Let's see if we can buy some things. We didn't really have to buy anything at the Nikkei booth, so I don't know. So I did spend most of my time at the Nikkei booth. I think I spent like an hour or so there, maybe an hour and a half. I was at this event for like a good 4 or 5 hours. But walking back through the halls, I came across more Itachi cars. Again, this is so weird to me, considering most people don't drive in Tokyo, so I guess it's kind of more of like a display thing. I think it's cool. I don't think you'd ever see any of these out on the road, to be honest. Like, when I was in Tokyo, like, the only cars I really saw were, like, delivery trucks or taxis. And, yeah, I didn't see many people with, like, personal cars, so this is just interesting. There was a lot of cool cosplayers around at this event. Like, I have no idea what these guys are, but they have, like, light heads. Then I came across a booth that I kind of knew what was. There was a Deadpool booth, just completely in Japanese. It was interesting. Was not expecting to see that here. This is a little taste of home, I guess. It was cool. No one was really interacting with them, and you didn't have to like do anything. Like, you didn't have to share anything on Twitter, which was nice. I think they were maybe doing something and they just didn't want to like translate for me, but they gave me a sticker, which was cool. And I'm just talking to the lady right now. It's so complicated to like translate stuff, but here's a photo of it in better detail. Looks cool. It caught my attention. But now we're gonna walk back to another one of the hangars. So there's like, I want to say there's like 4 hangars, and there's like maybe like 3 in between areas, and that's where all the cosplayers are. And there's just a lot of performances going on in most of these hangars. Instantly too loud in here for me. So like I said, this event is mainly for VTubers, but it's also for Vocaloid, kind of. There was a lot of like idols and stuff like that in general, and it was just super, super chaotic, and just everywhere you go, there's like loud music and blinding lights, and it was just crazy. It was a lot to handle, especially for me, who was like, this was like the second to last day I was in Japan, so I was just exhausted. I did meet some cool cosplayers who did let me take some photos though. I only stopped a few people, unfortunately. I wish I had gotten some videos. I just was not in the right headspace to talk to people. So I went and chilled in a hallway that was a lot less chaotic, and I saw Cheetan. Speaking of chaotic, this is a mascot in Japan. I don't think he represents anything besides chaos. He's been all over Twitter like the last month or two, and he's just like posting videos and like running into his ads of him like falling down and crashing. They also had this booth here, which I think is like a streamer setup for their broadcast, because this is, you know, like an event for like a website. I'm assuming they must be streaming it officially somewhere for their main events. They also had a lot of like backdrops in the hallway here. But I eventually went back in and I started buying things. I bought a pin from these guys, and then I found this Vocaloid booth, and they had some cute stuff here. They had a lot of cute Miku towels, and I wanted to get a new towel because like I've been using the same towel for a while now, and it's like kind of like every year I need to get a new towel for like sweat. And here it is. It's kind of like a Miku in bondage gear, which is kind of cute.
Unfortunately, I think my journey's ending for today because my camera's about to die. But we'll be back tomorrow, I think. This place is crazy. I don't even know what I'm looking at. There's so much here.
But speaking about bondage, before I left, I actually came across this booth that was in the food section. They were selling drinks. I didn't get any. But it's for I Admire Magical Girls. And it's like a food truck. And they're selling a bunch of merchandise and I think some drinks as well. But yeah, I was not expecting to see this here. I hadn't seen this anime at this point yet. I just knew I liked the designs. It's kind of like a magical girl anime for adults. It's a little lewd. And I know my footage right here is a little blurry, but we're going to get to some better footage in just a second. And yeah, I'm about halfway through the series at the moment. I really like it. I think Faku is doing the localization for this show. So again, not for kids. I ended up buying some of their stuff as well, though. They had some cute acrylics. I really regret not getting the drink now that I think about it. I was just so out of it mentally at this point. And yeah, here's just some photos. The photos come out a lot better. This is the thing with like GoPros, guys, is that GoPros are made for like video and like action, and then like cell phone cameras are made for the dark and parties. So the cell phone footage is always going to look better in a dark location like this. I also, when I was in Akihabara, came across a giant advert for it. I guess the Blu-ray had released while I was in Japan as well, which is super, super cool. Again, I'm only halfway through the series, hoping to finish it soon. But that's going to be it for my video today. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!